Hello Squiz, this is Squiva. I'm going to be making a small series for the introduction to C++. Um, so one note about C++, if you've ever coded in Java, you would know that Java comes with GUI and graphics like JFrame, JPanel, and JOptionPane. C++ does not. So if you want to code regarding GUI, graphics, OpenGL, WebGL, I don't know about DirectX. DirectX is Linux, but much more complicated, but you would need to download a package from the web, and you would need to install it into your interface packaging system or just the C++ compiler that you have. Yeah, so that's one thing I want to put out there. If you are not a beginner, do not watch this episode, because this episode is for beginners. In this episode, I will be covering Hello World. So, yeah. C++ was, as far as I know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, C++ was invented to build Unix and Linux operating systems. So it's very, very compatible with a Linux operating system. So, let us get started. One thing I would like to say is int t underscore t main. If you have any Microsoft IDE for C++, it will always have this. But you do not want this because, from experience, I know that this will make your program incompatible with Linux and Mac. I don't know about Mac, but I know Linux. So just delete that. You may want to delete this as well. Yep, so that's how it would usually look. If you have code blocks, this is how it would give the main method to you. Yeah, and if you have taken coding classes, you would know that you would want to make algorithms, or at least you do in C++. So you would like to make namespacing. Yeah, okay. So here are the algorithms you should create. So now let's deal with includes. You would want to say hashtag include iostream. Alright, one very important thing, you do not want to put this on top of stdafx.h. It will give you an error otherwise, because it kind of compiles from top to bottom, I think. But yeah, it will give you an error if you put this on top of that. I know from experience, and it baffled me a few other times I tried to record this. It just doesn't seem normal. So next you would want to do namespace std. Yeah. Cout. I'm going to cover what I'm doing when I'm done making it. Just copy down the syntax and I'll explain it. Okay, so here we go. This is our syntax. Let's quickly run it just to see if it works before I go by and explain it. Oh, yeah, one last thing. In the next tutorial, in this series I'll be covering, see it works. So in this series I will be covering pretty much everything, and after a point, when we get to GUI and OpenGL and stuff like that, I will be recording what I learn, and it will be more likely to be incorrect then, because I don't know that yet. But I will learn it, and I'm fairly good at learning. I'm fairly good at learning syntaxes for computer programming languages. Not to brag, I picked this up in a week. Anyway, let's continue. Hashtag include stdafx.h. That's always there. I was never taught what that means. Okay, hashtag include iostream. Oh, one thing about includes. Hashtag include is like saying import in Java. It kind of. But more importantly, the quotation marks mean it was inside your project. It's inside the project files. These naming greater less than symbols, naming symbols, because don't they look like a Pac-Man? But stick figure Pac-Man. Anyways, so iostream is input-output streaming. So that's if you want to do cout, you'll need that to do cout, because if you take this away, cout won't work. So because it's output. Okay. So if you have any questions regarding that, say so. All right, using namespace std. That's using the namespace standard, so that's the standard namespacing. If you're dealing with OpenGL, you would want to do using namespace whatever OpenGL package you're using. For the OpenGL package I was using, I used glue and stuff like that, but that's not important right now. Int main, that is your main method. So it's like saying public static void main in Java. Then you have cout hello world. So this is, saying, this is like saying in Java, system.out.println. So that's the output. That's the output thing. The you want to greater than signs to open you want it facing the right, because that means out. So you want them facing out. Hello worlds, the two greater than less than signs facing out, end line. Endl means end line. That's pretty straightforward. Alright, so that's how you code a hello world. Yeah. In the next episode, I will be covering integers, booleans, strings, etc. Or at least integers and strings, and input. So I will see you in the next episode. Squeeve out.